What is up, guys? It's Matt from TDM Style here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this 15,000 subscriber Q&A special. I can't believe we got there. Yeah, I know I kind of say something similar to that at like every subscriber milestone video that I do, but I really honestly never expected to get to this point. This is amazing. And let me tell you something, I appreciate every single one of you guys. So thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I'm really excited. I've had a lot of people asking me to do a Q&A, so I thought that this would be a perfect time to do one. So I'm sure some of you have seen it. I posted a couple of the times in my community tab, Twitter and whatever, and so I got a bunch of questions. Yeah, so let's get right into them. First things first though, I am parched. Okay, let's take a look here. We will check Twitter first, because I think I only got like one question over there. Y'all need to follow me on Twitter. Actually, it doesn't really matter, because I don't use Twitter all that much. All right, so from Hetic on Twitter, we have, what color do you wear the most? If we're talking about hair, I guess purple would be the most at this point. I think I've done some iteration of purple the most times out of all the vibrant colors I've done, and I love purple. It like matches with everything, so it's really easy to pair clothes with it, and I just really like the color. And as far as clothing, I just wear a lot of dark colors, so I wear a lot of like blacks, grays, purples, blues especially, dark reds and stuff. I don't really look good in greens or yellows or oranges, or it just, ew. I look great on some people, not for me, boy. All right, so now on to the YouTube community tab. We'll go with I had two separate postings, so we'll go with the older one first. So from Nicholas Jackson we have, if you had to choose one hair length for the rest of your life, and your only options were hair past your lip or hair down to your eyebrows, which would you choose? Basically a short versus long hair question. That is a really tough question. Because I really like having my hair longer, like down to my like nose lip area, but past, what does that say? Past your lip? Past your lip is like too long for me, I think. That would be, it's just more to take care of every day, and it's harder to like get volume in and stuff. So I think I would probably have to go with eyebrow length. I mean, that feels really short. Ideally, like mid-nose is like my ideal length, but of those two, I think I'd have to go with eyebrow length. I think it's easier to maintain, and it's a little bit more versatile in how many different styles you can pull off with it. All right, from JM Alvarez, recently subscribed after seeing your 10th Doctor cosplay tutorial. Thank you. Those are super old and cringy, but I appreciate you for coming on board anyway. Some of the best Doctor Who episodes for you. Keep up the channel and honesty in reviews. Keep up the good work. Thank you. So yeah, best or favorite Doctor Who episodes. That's tough, because there are many that I really greatly enjoy. One that really comes to mind though always is, I mean, David Tennant was my Doctor, and I really love the Satan Pit duel episode. I don't know what it is about those. They're like creepy, but there's also just, they're very emotional, and just, I don't know, the writing was amazing in those two episodes. It's like a mini movie. All right, from the Apocalypse, we have, what's your daily routine for hair care? Lots of love from India. Daily routine, so I don't typically wash my hair every day if I don't have to, but if I do, definitely always shampoo and condition. And on certain days, like if I need a color refresh or something, I'll do something like Moroccanoil Clay cleanser, or just, you know, like a standard shampoo, and then I use my viral color wash. And then, yeah, I always use some kind of smoothing prestyler, like a serum or smoothing lotion or glitterati or boost tonic, or, you know, 25 spray, something that's gonna just help me defrizz or whatever, and then blow dry, and then I style with whatever product that I might be testing. Or, you know, if I'm not testing something actively, or if I'm like going out and I know I want my hair to look a certain way, then I'll reach for a product that I've used previously that I know how it's going to behave. And on off days, like if I'm not washing my hair, I definitely, if my hair is feeling oily, I'll just go in with a little bit of dry shampoo. Worked great. All right, from Jake Infinite, what's your go-to hairstyle if you're running short on time? Great question, because that's a bit of a shitty situation for me, because I really, like, if I don't blow dry my hair, it just looks like poopy ass. So I generally always have to at least like rough dry it so it's not like totally poofed out and curling crazy everywhere. But yeah, if I was like really short on time, I would probably throw some kind of texturizing stuff in with my prestyler and just kind of rough dry it and just leave it with like a, you know, wavy, messy, fringy thing. You like fringy hairstyles are fast. You just kind of blow them all forward and then just let it do its thing. All right, now a couple people left several questions. So we've got from Get It Together. We have, would you rather cut your hair or color your hair if you had to choose? Like if I had to choose only one? I mean, I guess cut it, because if I just colored it and then just let it grow wild, it would eventually look like shit. So if I had to pick only one, I guess I would continue cutting it. Would you rather get your hair done at a salon or do it yourself at home? Salon. Do not fuck with your hair at home, people. Do it at the salon. Pay the professionals to do it. Go relax, get pampered. Pay them the money because they know what the fuck they're doing. Especially if you're coloring your hair. Don't fuck around with that at home. Trust me, take it from personal experience. Would you rather review products or review places? If I had the ability and like financially to travel and review places, fuck yeah, sign me up, dude. But realistically, that's not a thing, so products it is. And would you rather have tons of friends or tons of experiences? Experiences, I guess. I'm the kind of person that I would rather have a few close friends than like a million not close friends. And I think experiences are part of what just makes life interesting and worth living. So like if I could have a few close friends and share really cool experiences with those people, I think that's way more worth it than having a bunch of friends and not having those cool experiences. That was a deep question, man. We're getting serious in this Q&A. And the last question from Get It Together, would you rather fly or drive? I mean, if I could fly like Superman, fuck me up, dude. But I mean, typically I would just rather drive, I guess, because I have a really terrible time with my ears on airplanes. I mean, I can deal with it and like make it work. But if I was flying all the time, I would be probably in some serious pain. All right, next we have several questions from another person. The DPXC, where do you live? I live in Connecticut. It is a mostly boring state. What do you do other than YouTube? So my full-time like day job is just a computer network manager for a school system. So yeah, basically I'm an IT man.
Hello, IT. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Any message to those who still think that hair dryers are harmful to your hair? Yeah, it's mostly a myth, man. Like they can be harmful if you use them improperly, as with any heated styling tool. The key is the technique. It's not just going to be inherently bad for you. It can be if you use it the wrong way. But generally speaking, hair dryers are life. Any plans to change your hairstyle completely? If you would, which hairstyle? I don't know. My head shape doesn't... I don't think my hair looks great with a lot of like the really trendy styles. I mean, as a kid, I was basically just like buzz cut dude, like, so it was just nothing. In high school, I looked like Frodo because I just let my hair grow like crazy and I knew nothing about products or styling, so it was just... And so since I kind of grew it out properly and found a good stylist whom I've been with for a long time now, and I've got this kind of general style going on for the past few years, yeah, this is like my favorite thus far for sure. It's my comfort zone. It works well, and it works well for testing a lot of products and stuff. Okay, from Minji Quack. That name sounds dirty. What's the best hair clay you've ever used? That's a really hard question. Yeah, I mean, I've used a lot of hair clays. There's still plenty more that I haven't used that I would like to. It's really hard to pick a best one because so many are good for different reasons. So I think maybe I'll do like a top 3. So if I had to absolutely like gun to my head pick a top 3 of clays right as it stands right now, I would probably go with Hustle from TheSalonGuy, Fuertes Clay, and Stickmore Clay Fiber. All right, from Mac Elliott, what was the first hair product you ever used? Ugh, I think it was like fucking LA Looks gel back in middle school. When I was trying to have spiky hair and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and everybody's like, yeah, the fucking hair gel, man. Yeah, that stuff is absolute trash. But my first like real hair product, like salon product, was the Alterna hemp hair concrete, which I still to this day miss dearly. That shit was amazing. From Adam Daniels, would you ever consider growing the sides and back of your hair out for that Bradley Cooper or Captain America look? I wish, man. I really wish I could, because if I could do it, I totally would love to. But the problem for me is that my hair is so curly. I know you guys don't normally see that, but we've had a few instances where you've got a peek into my hair's natural state. And so my hair is so curly that if the back and sides were long enough to do those kind of styles, they wouldn't be like straight and flowy enough. They would just be sticking out and poofing out everywhere, and it would be a tremendous pain in the dick for me to try to style that. Unfortunately, because I think that would be a good look, but it's just not really practical. And from Max May, we have several questions here. How do you care for your hair? Does going through all the colors put a toll on your hair? Not really, because as I mentioned before, if you're gonna do colors, do that shit at the salon, don't do it yourself. So, you know, if you're coloring your hair properly, if you're having a professional do it, they know what they're doing, and they know, you know, when to lay off and what to do to make sure that your hair doesn't get overly damaged. I mean, the bleaching process does inherently do some damage, yes, but it's insignificant, because then the vibrant colors basically just sit right on top of the hair cuticle. They don't actually do any lightening or anything. You're just depositing color, and those often have very conditioning effects to them. So like after I've had a fresh coloring session, my hair feels amazing. And how do I care for it? Kind of same earlier, just good shampoo, good conditioner, occasional like hair mask or something. Just paying attention with your heated styling tools so you're not like fucking around and holding them in the same place for too long. Most disappointing or disliked hair product? Ooh, we get spicy now. There have been several over the years, but I think probably the most disappointing for me, probably at least in recent years, was probably the Hudson & Main clay. Honestly, it just didn't work for me. But on that note, On that note, I believe that every product deserves a second chance, so I am planning to go back and try the Hudson & Main products again and do a product revisit on them eventually, just to see if, you know, if it works any differently this time around. And the last question from Max May. Would you do a huge hair spike just for the fun of it? Yeah, why not? Fuck me up. It'd probably look insane on me, like an actual insane person, but like, fine, whatever. Alright, and we have a few more questions from my more recent community post. So from Carlos Escobar. What's up, buddy? If you use a sea salt spray, which is your favorite? And if you don't use it, why not? All the best, my friend. Cheers, Carlos. I don't use sea salt sprays often because they tend to be better for folks with straighter or finer hair, because they, you know, plump the hair and they give you that coarse texture and stuff. And while everybody loves a good beach wave, normally sea salt sprays for my hair just make it feel overly dry, and you know, because my hair is already coarse and wavy, curly as it is, so the sea salt spray just kind of exacerbates that issue, and it doesn't do me any favors as far as smoothing. However, I was very pleasantly surprised by the Chavoo sea salt spray, because that basically gave me the texture, but still also had some smoothing effect to it, so it didn't really give me that like dry as fuck feel. So that was definitely a good one. From Eric Murdian. What products do you recommend to add to a daily routine, whether a styling product or other products like moisturizers and face cleansers? Well, from a skincare perspective, I used to have really bad skin, so now I definitely am a big proponent of proper skincare. So a good cleanser, a good toner, and a good moisturizer are essential. I also enjoy a good eye cream for my dark circles and shit. And yeah, hair products, I always like a smoothing pre-styler, and then basically, your finishing styler is just whatever you want. But definitely get yourself a good shampoo and conditioner. That surprisingly does amazing things if you have a good cleansing set. From Nicholas Jackson, do you ever think you'll do YouTube full time? Realistically, probably not. I mean, I feel like that's the dream for most YouTube content creators, of course. I don't think it's really realistic for me because you got to be big for that. You got to be really popular, and you got to have sponsors willing to pay you for videos, and you got to have a good like AdSense income. And I don't really foresee that happening for me, which is fine. I do this because I enjoy it. So I don't know if shit starts popping off somehow, and that becomes a very real possibility, maybe, but I think it's very unlikely. From the DPXC, have you thought about doing anything new with content? Yeah, I think about new content stuff literally all the time. Like, I'm always trying to think of, different types of videos and series to kind of set myself apart, or even just ways to tweak my reviews and other things just to make them, more entertaining, more interesting, and just to be different from everybody else, so that I'm, people enjoy my videos for me, for my spin on stuff. From Adam Daniels, since my first question was related to hair, I'll also throw out, which boss fight in the Souls series do you think is the most fun fighting, or rather, do you have the most fun fighting? Though not a Souls game per se, Bloodborne counts for this question. I love this question because, I mean, Souls series is absolutely Soulsborne. Soulsborne Sekiro series is just anything FromSoft is amazing for me. And I think, oh man, there are so many, but I think one of my absolute favorites was definitely Lady Maria from the Bloodborne DLC. Everything about that boss fight was incredible. The fight is super fun, obviously also very challenging, and the fucking score for her fight, oh my god. First of all, the Bloodborne score is one of my absolute favorite video game scores of ever. And Lady Maria's theme, fuck. From Ivan Barantes, do you plan to do something Doctor Who related in the future? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe? I haven't done a cosplay thing in a fucking minute, and that's mostly because I just don't have the time or the resources, really. I mean, a lot goes into cosplay. For those of you who haven't cosplayed or, like, tried to create a costume from scratch, it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It's very rewarding. It's very cool, especially when people recognize you or, give you compliments on it. So I'm definitely open to the idea. I just haven't had the time, unfortunately. From Lucas Adams Hernandez, how Italian are you? Like, are you 50% or more than that? Probably more than that, because both of my parents came from very Italian family. I'm basically 100% Italian. From Noah Milton, what is the most unique product you have tried? Man, you guys are dishing out some noodlers. It's a weird way to describe a thinky question. Yeah, I really don't know, because basically every product has been done in some way or another. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time coming up with an answer for that. I guess maybe like Patrick's M2, because it's this kind of like weird in between, like it's not a wax and it's not a clay, and it has like hair loss fighting properties and nourishing properties, but it also styles and texturizes well, and it's also really fucking expensive. So I guess we can go with that. From Tamid Shanto, I'm sure I mispronounced that, so I'm sorry if I did. How do you get maximum and long-lasting hold on long 6 to 8 inches and really thick hair? Slick back pompadours are okay once in a while, but not daily. Claymation was okay, but not long enough lasting. You like clutch holes. Yes, like, so between 6 and 8 inch long hair, I mean, that would be like down to my chin on me. Part of the territory of having hair that long is that you're not going to get as much volume as you would with a hairstyle that's like 4 to 5 inches long. I mean, it's physics. And I think volume really is more a product of your techniques, like especially just blow drying with a round brush. That's the best way to build in your volume. Like, pull your hair up perpendicular from your scalp. So this is your scalp. You want to pull your hair up at a perpendicular, like 90-degree angle, and blow dry it that way, because that'll just make it want to lay that way. There are certain like super heavy, strong holding pomades that you can basically just turns your head into wax, and you can mold it and give your hair some height. But you know, when your hair is that long and heavy, that's just not gonna stay there. And it's just so you need to have a good haircut so you can have it thinned out and texturized. That'll help to lighten it up. But really, I think it's mostly about your blow drying technique more than, you know, some super strong holding product. All right, from Lucas, do you still use Baxter California's products? I haven't in a long time. I'm not opposed to it. I kind of want to do like a revisit on those because they had some really good shit, and I think they have some more stuff now that I haven't tried yet. But no, I haven't used them in a long time. And last but not least, from Lionel Jash, make a skincare video. That's not a question, boy. Come on, son. But yeah, there is a skincare video coming pretty soon because I have been using some new skincare stuff. So definitely keep an eye out for that. All right, guys, that does it for our questions. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I am just so stoked to be at 15K. So just onward and upward. Let's get to fucking 25 and 50. Let's just keep going, man. So that about wraps things up. And as always, thank you guys so much for coming by and watching. And we'll see you at the next one.